4 times away from home. So,
and the thing as well, even sorry to introduce Postiga as well. He scores goals away from home, and that is a problem. I think that's going to be something that they're going to have to watch themselves tonight, Atletico, because they've got players who can score away from home.
They haven't dropped a point yet at home this season, Atletico Madrid. Although it has to be said, they haven't yet played either Barcelona or Real Madrid, but nevertheless, that's impressive form, isn't it?
I think Falcao will be relishing the opportunity of playing against Zaragoza's back 4, of which we know about Luvins. Do you remember him with Celtic? He was a big, strong central defender. He's got quite a task this afternoon, trying to nullify Falcao.
I fancy myself against him.
I have to confess, I have no idea what the other 2 trophies there are for. Maybe one each for you two. Quite nice. And don't forget, Barcelona follows this by way of an hors d'oeuvre. But tasty for all of that, Atletico Madrid.
I think they've got to try and repeat what they did in the first half of the season, Atletico Madrid. If they do that, it guarantees them Champions League football next season. I think realistically, they're playing for second position. At the moment, they seem very much the favourites. I mean, they'll be more than happy with what's happening across the other side of the city.
Playing for second, Trevor, but playing to stay and finish ahead of Real Madrid, that would be enormously satisfying.
Of course it would, because the fact that they're so close to them, just across the city, and at the moment, you've got a team that are on the up in Atletico Madrid, and they're looking at Real Madrid, and they're not certain to beat anyone at the moment. I mean, to go to Osasuna, who were bottom of the league before the games yesterday, and not win is, I mean, it would have been unheard of last season.
Not only not win, Trevor, but actually a team with a little more quality would have beaten them, and beaten them comfortably last night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You get someone like, I watched Barcelona play a second string team the other day and absolutely demolish a team, and that's the difference, I suppose. And I think that the second string for Barcelona have got the same attitude as the first string. I'm not sure if the Real Madrid's players are the same.
Well, that's what Atletico Madrid start with. Inevitably, attention on their highly fancied number 9 right now, Radamel Falcao. He takes his place up top in that formation. And it's served them well so far this season. Courtois, as we've said, making people, more than 1 or 2, sit up and take notice. He's done really well. Just wondering whether Chelsea are thinking they should have kept him at Stamford Bridge this season.
Well, I think when you look at Turnbull, he's come in and he did let in a couple of goals where you'd have thought, yeah, Czech might have got those or whatever. But you look at a goalie like that playing in a very good league, you'd think that maybe they would. They don't seem like they call players back from loan though, because Lukaku's not doing bad at West Brom.
That's true.
So they want him out.
Plenty of those trophies were Falcao. Zaragoza start like that. Helder Postiga, you mentioned, Ian, who of course used to play his football at Tottenham at one time. More successful in his home country of Portugal, but these days leading the line for Zaragoza and scoring on a regular basis as well.
Well, since leaving Spurs, he's not done bad. Even in the national side, he's scored a few goals.
8 in the league.
And he's got 8 in the league this season, and like I say, he scores away from home. And that is something that they're going to obviously need to do today with Atletico with their 100% record. But it's a game that I'm sure Atletico will be thinking we're going to win this game, and they should do, to be honest.
Let's go and join our match commentator, who is Simon Hanley.
But Zaragoza by no means the pushover that they might have been in earlier seasons. Jimenez has got them playing well, and as I say, 13th place. This is a team who over the last 3 or 4 seasons have regularly got out of the drop zone on the last day of the season by the skin of their teeth. As it gets underway, Zaragoza in yellow and black, playing from right to left on your screens, and a chance for Atletico to finish off the opening half of the season. 7 points clear of 3rd place, Real Madrid, and what a tremendous feat that would be. Costa combining with Falcao. Turan there lost his footing. Costa picking it up again. He likes to drop wide on the left. Felipe Luis with a decent ball in. Falcao can't get to it. Juanfran picks it up just on the edge of the box, trying to get round Abraham and winning a corner straight away. Koke goes up to offer the option. Now he's going to take it. It looked as though it was going to be a short corner, but no. And let's see if Koke can produce something here. Nobody got a touch. And finally, the shot was a fairly decent attempt from Diego Godin. Kept it on target, not the easiest one at all. A little bit behind him, and he got a decent strike there, did Godin. First chance of the game for Atletico. It's a chilly night in Madrid. There's Diego Costa chasing it. Down he goes. And the referee has a look. Adam Pinter, the man involved. Diego Costa, of course, the kind of striker who really wears down his markers. And as I say, as he drops wide on the left, well, seems to actually just trip up. He does get a little bit of contact there with Pinter, but it's unintentional from the Hungarian. It comes really from Costa himself, and Pinter got his head to it first. Good work again there from Turan, but the throw will be for Zaragoza. Christian Sapunaru to take it. Felipe Luis gets the touch. Jose Mari sending it forward. And that one won't be testing Thibaut Courtois. It might even go out for a throw rather than a goal kick, which is a decent result for Zaragoza. Diego Simeone there. Juan Fran prepares to take it. Falcao has good skills. It wasn't the greatest back pass. Thiago just did enough to tap it back to Courtois. Turan receiving it very deep in the Atletico half. Gabi square. Miranda with a bit of space in front of him. Picks out Juan Fran, first time to Diego Costa. Koke controlling it against the challenge of Louvens. Juan Fran trying to cut it back towards Falcao, but the Zaragoza defence dealing with it. And that's good work from Juan Fran getting back to intercept. Manolo Jimenez there, the Zaragoza coach. Played long and wide to Sapunaru. Zuccolini playing it back to Jose Mari. Cleared by Godin. Diego Costa. He's got deceptive pace. Look at that as he goes by his man. And in the end, it's brilliant work at the back. Good run, though, from Diego Costa to win a corner. Aponio doesn't have the pace required. Sapunaru left it, and it's Pinter who just gets that excellent sliding challenge in. Good attacking, good defending. Koke to take the corner. Dealt with at the near post by Pinter again, who's having a busy time of things. Turan chips it back towards the penalty area, headed out. Here's Javi Paredes. It's not a bad ball. A little bit unfortunate, perhaps, there. Elder Postiga cutting a lone figure up front. Gabi on the ball. It's Thiago. Felipe Luis finds Turan. Turan cutting back. It's a decent ball, but decent if he names Roberto, only the Zaragoza keeper. Roberto sends it into the enemy half, headed out by Godin. Here's Glenn Louvens. Godin firmly in there. And Postigo wasn't too happy. Paco Montañez chasing Diego Godin, who clears. Thiago. It's a good ball for Falcao. And in the end, he knows he didn't have the finish. Roberto making himself big, standing up, but that's an opportunity Falcao really would have liked to put away. Great work there from Roberto, standing his ground as long as he possibly could, forcing Falcao wide and forcing him to fumble the shot. But it's a beautiful through ball from Thiago, and Manolo Jimenez will be a little bit concerned. Play on, says the referee after a look at his linesman. Postiga in the wars. A little bit of a loose one from Gabi. Godin paying attention though, headed clear by Paredes. Aponio knocks it back to his captain. And that's, well, just poor really. Firm challenge from behind by Louvens on Falcao, leaving his calling card. And you can see there, Falcao just forced wide. What a great ball though into the gap between the defence. In the end, the shot was disappointing from Radamel Falcao. Turan and Koke standing over this. Miranda's gone up for it. Koke leaves it for the Turk. Played short. Looks for the left foot. Diego Costa underneath it. It came off his shoulder. Paredes sticks with him. Costa twisting and turning, looking for the pass. Can't find it. And that's firm. Well kept in though. Miranda can't take advantage. Although Juan Fran read that well. Gets into the box, cleared by Paredes though. And there's a bit of a chase on. Postiga, he's all alone. Can he get the shot? He turns, and the ball just got away from him. Gabi holding his ground, and Helder, Postiga, all alone. Just didn't quite have the pace, and that's the touch that got away from him. So, opportunities at both ends. Falcao battling with Louvens again. There's a shout from the fans for handball. Falcao wins it in the end, in towards Costa, and Roberto just did enough. Costa seeming almost to shy away from contact with the keeper. It's too far for Aponio. Well won by Gabi. Now it's Koke. Koke can't find the shot. It hit Louvens in the end. Thiago wins it. Sapunaru now. Decent run. And finally, Atletico able to play the ball out. Felipe Luis. Koke just behind him. He plays inside to Diego Costa. Koke again, picking out Juan Fran. Gabi back to Juan Fran. Godin to Thiago. Miranda. Diego Costa does well to win it, but Paredes was the nearest man. Roberto looking for Elder Postiga again, who's penalised, and Miranda and Postiga having words, the referee having words with both of them in their turn. It's going to be a hard evening's work out there for Elder Postiga. Meanwhile, Felipe Luis trying to break down the left. Thiago inside him instead. Holds on to it, leaves it to Turan. Here's Thiago. It's a decent ball. Juanfran controlling it. Diego Costa. Lovely turn. Cuts it back for Koke. Bit slow there, Koke. First time attempt. Might have given him the gap in the end. Lost. Diego Costa proving, as ever, a real handful. It's Godin. Felipe Luis. Atletico beginning to dominate. And Zuccolini handling it. Just not doing enough to get his arm out the way. Chipped to the edge of the box. Headed out by Pinter. Zuccolini on the overlap. That's a really poor ball. Aponio. Straight into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. Felipe Luis playing the ball out from the back. Arda Turan. Thiago. Felipe Luis again. Miranda to Gabi. Juanfran. Looking for Diego Costa. Leuven sticking with him. He wins the throw. Paredes got a touch to it, headed on by Aponio. Montañez clattering into Thiago. On the break now. Supunaru's cross in. Courtois once more. Montañez really felt that, clashed into Thiago. But he's up, and Atletico, quite rightly, playing on. Arda Turan on the ball. Picks out Juanfran. Now Gabi. Nice little first time touch by Diego Costa. Koke on the ball. He's got Costa behind him. In the end, all he could do was feed it to Leuven, who vaguely looks for Postiga, who's starting to look a little bit frustrated there. As well he might. Another one over the top for Falcao to chase. And then Pinter just watching it go over the byline. Well, that was an important win for Roberto, wasn't it? Costa going in with everything. "15 minutes on the clock in the Calderon. Atletico Madrid 0, Zaragoza 0. Miranda on the ball. Godin. Thiago. Godin again. Thiago picking out Felipe Luis. Well, he saw Arda Turan's run, but Zuccolini anticipated well. Again, trying to feed one through the centre. Pinter never looked anywhere near getting to that one. Here's Juanfran once more. Gabi. Zuccolini battling with Felipe Luis, and he gets the better of things. Doesn't have too many options. And Postiga unable to control it at all. And look at his body language. Elder Postiga as Falcao latches onto this. Trying the shot. Got away from him though. He's always stretching. And that was the result. Wide and high. Roberto sending it deep. Postiga was up for it. Coque get a touch. Diego Costa can't get through. Javi Paredes. Miranda well across to win that. Juan Fran. Diego Costa once more. Coque does well. Finds Arda Turan. Plenty of options here. Diego Costa wants it wide. Paredes between him and the goal. Coque offering the overlap. Diego Costa's pass just a shade short. Elder Postiga. It's Paco Montañez. Aponio wrong-footed. Diego Godin. Felipe Luis. Arda Turan. Thiago, he very nearly found Falcao there. Roberto is going to get it as deep as he can and as far away from his own penalty area as possible. Postiga was up for it. Miranda clears. Won by Sapunaru. Felipe Luis failing to get the better there of Zuccolini. Jose Mari, a little touch on to Aponio. Paredes. Zabram back to Javi Paredes. And now Luvens. Godin, well, almost assisting Zuccolini there. Here's Aponio. Abram. Aponio again. Paredes. Cross blocked by Juan Fran. Well, the referee has a little look, but waves play on. Falcao. Arda Turan. Felipe Luis to his left. Coque to the right. Turk twisting and turning to get around Jose Mari. Does well. Felipe Luis just trying to go one man too far, really. Won the throw, though. Felipe Luis with another opportunity. Roberto. 20 minutes on the clock. Atletico Madrid 0, Zaragoza 0. Atletico dominating, but, well, one good chance and one half chance for Falcao, really. Zaragoza, a half chance at the best for Elder Postiga. Felipe Luis, again, just taking one man on too many, really, there. Gabi. Trying to find Falcao, but it was too firm. Turan there, lovely turn to get round Jose Mari. Luvens directly into touch. Costa goes down. Spectacular fall, but the linesman very close. Paredes, the man with the foul, no doubt about it. Coque is going to take it. Paco Montañez there. Coque and Arda Turan, who might fancy it, really. Aponio and Montañez to the edge of the box, where Gavi was just unable to control it. Can Aponio create something here on the break? Montañez to his left, Postiga going through the middle, and in the end, very easy dealings for Felipe Luis. And again, Elder Postiga with that body language of frustration. Here's Miranda. Juan Fran back to the Brazilian centre-back. Diego Godin out to Felipe Luis. Turan making a little run. Here is the Turk. And winning the throw. Takes it quickly. Falcao does well in the end. Thiago to Diego Costa. Coque, lovely ball through for Falcao. And in the end, very well defended by Pinta. Zuccolini playing it out. Comes up against Felipe Luis. Thiago again, a little bit more urgency now from Atletico. But that one directly out to play for a goal kick. Just too strong, just going away from goal, and Falcao unable to get past Adan Pinted. Zuccolini. There'll be a throw to Zaragoza. Zuccolini to take it. Aponio. Sapunaru back to Pinta, all the way back to Roberto. Mistiming the jump there was Postiga. Throw to Atletico. 24 minutes on the clock, still no score in the Vicente Calderon. Flicked on by Turan towards Diego Costa. And finally, Sapunaru winning the throw. Godin putting it out to touch once more. Sapunaru. Again, no problem at all for the Atletico defence. Comes down to Juan Fran. And chased by Montañez, he turns. One in the air by Falcao. Gets the return ball. Just unable to stay on his feet, and Paredes will be penalised for that. Just showing how dangerous Radamel Falcao can be. Yellow card for Zaragoza's captain. No intention whatsoever of going anywhere near the ball. Just stop that number 9. And referee Gonzalez has no alternative but to get the first yellow card out of the evening. Just 20 years of age, Coque, product of the local academy, as Montañez chasing that one, but Felipe Luis had the advantage. Courtois. It's not a great ball from Godin. Felipe Luis on the wrong side, manages to find Juanfran. Juanfran struggling to get round Aponio. Gabi, good ball. Turan able to control it just. Diego Costa to his left. Here's Diego Costa. Falcao and Koke in the middle. And Costa can't get round his man. He does get a corner though. But so far, Zaragoza defending well. It's corner number 3. Koke to take it again. Roberto spills it, but Godin penalised, preventing the keeper from jumping. And there you can see the Uruguayan centre-back supporting himself in the jump on the shoulders of Roberto Jimenez. Very safe pair of hands, one of the number of excellent Spanish keepers playing in the Liga. Zaragoza win a free kick. Godin once more has been penalised. And once again, very, very similar to what he did to Roberto. This time it was to Zuccolini, and the ref had no alternative. Let's see if Zaragoza have got something up their sleeves here. Aponio's going to take it. Koke and Turan in the wall. Aponio puts it into the spot where Thibaut Courtois was waiting for it. Diego Costa. He looks for the contact. There was no alternative, really. As I say, so difficult to defend this man. And really, on that occasion, winning the free kick, which he saw as the best option. Felipe Luis winning the throw. Zuccolini there. Interesting battle between those two on the Zaragoza right flank. Godin back into the box. Courtois playing it out straight away to Miranda. Now Juanfran. Godin. In no rush, Atletico. Gabi. It's Thiago. Miranda. Falcao, poor control. Nice skills from the ref. Gabi on the ball. Koke to Felipe Luis. Arda Turan. Diego Costa. A lovely return ball to the Turk. Turan in the box. Can he pull it back? No, he can't. Again, good defending, though. Again, Atletico just lacking the final touch. In the end, it was the Luvens who came across to block Arda Turan's progress. Gabi's going to take this one. Thiago maybe got a touch. I think it came off Elder Postiga, and it'll be another corner, and the Portuguese is limping a little there. Oh, what a goal in the back of the net from Thiago. Simple as football can get. Gabi with the corner, just headed in there. Nothing Roberto could do, and it's Thiago, the Portuguese midfielder, who's come in today instead of Mario Suarez and has made the difference on the half-hour mark. And Postiga knows how difficult it is when you go one down in the Calderón to Atletico this season. just doing enough. That came in so quickly that Roberto really had little time to react. And the ball is in the back of the net. Second consecutive corner. Gabi finding the head of Thiago Cardosa. And it's 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. And deservedly so, you have to say. This is Miranda. It's exactly what Simeone will have wanted. Leuven's got a touch to it. Koke, ball getting away from him. Although the idea was a good one. It came off Juanfran, throw to Zaragoza. Abraham to take it. Paredes in trouble. Back to Leuven's, all the way back to Roberto. Good pressing, and it's Diego Costa who did it. Zuccolini, now Sapunaru. Montañez, Sapunaru. Jose Mari. And again, good pressing from Atletico. Arda Turan. Do have a real bite to them. Koke. It's cleared by Pinter. But they are so dangerous when they steal a ball, Atletico. And they're stealing quite a few out there this afternoon. From Manolo Jimenez's Zaragoza. 1-0 to Atletico. The goal just on the half hour from Thiago. Well, as I say, many people had questioned Simeone's selection of Thiago over Mario. Mario Suarez had a brilliant start to the season, just dropped off form a little bit of late. And Simeone putting his faith in Thiago, and well justified this afternoon. Diego Costa chesting it down to Koke. Koke being hounded, but Thiago helping out. Felipe Luis now. Arda Turan returns it to the Brazilian. Well, the idea was nice, it just took a deflection off Zuccolini. Sapunaru plays it out nicely. Here is the Argentine. And just offside there, Postiga. And that looked like a very tight decision indeed from the linesman. And, well, it's not the greatest angle, but it would appear that he got it right. Pinter, who's dealing with Diego Costa when he drops wide, and that's not an easy task. Costa again, he manages to win a corner. And it's Gabi again. This is where the goal came from, of course. Gabi swings it in, it's a good one, and Miranda. And you could almost read the look on Diego Costa's face. What a shame that wasn't me waiting there. It's a good run, but the volley, difficult for the Brazilian to control. But Atletico causing all kinds of problems from set pieces. Ponyo battling with Koke. Diego Costa comes in and wins the free kick. Challenge from Ponyo. Does take a lot of punishment, does Diego Costa. But he's one of the most determined players. Had a terrible injury couple of seasons ago. Here's Felipe Luis with a good first touch. Falcao holding on to it. Arda Turan, down he goes. Penalty. The referee had a good look. Pointed to the spot with no hesitation whatsoever. It's a yellow card for Sapunaru. And, well, he shakes his head, the Romanian. At least he wasn't the last defender, and it's not a absolutely clear goal opportunity. Well, he was late. I think Turan quite happy to look for the contact. He lets that foot drag back. Little bit unfortunate there, Christian Sapunaru, and Arda Turan wily indeed. Falcao now from the penalty spot against Roberto. Radamel Falcao. 2-0. Hard, high and straight. And Atletico really showing how powerful a proposition they are this season. 2-0. And, well, for Falcao, it's goal number 18 of the season. No doubt whatsoever in his mind there when stepping up to take the penalty, was that. And absolutely nothing Roberto could have done. And Simeone will be pleased. He's really got this team working well together. And well, they are absolutely extraordinarily dominant in the Calderon. Falcao chasing that and very nearly keeping it in play and winning a corner out of absolutely nothing. Pinter not happy, but that's exactly the attitude Simeone instills in all of these players. We've seen so many examples of this, even in this opening 39 minutes tonight, where they press and fight and, well, end up winning, in this case, another corner. And it's a good attempt. Diego Costa did well to get to it, asking Louvens to pull him up. He's going away all the time, but he did well to get to it. Diego Costa. And as I say, it's really good to see Simeone playing Costa and Falcao together. And Costa really has given Simeone no chance but to include him. And certainly for the fans here, that's a delightful situation. Lovely bit of skill there from Turan. Felipe Luis playing it on, and Louvens protecting it. And maybe fearing he should have got a free kick instead of just the goal kick. What a tremendous battle between these two. Lovely work from Turan. Sapunaru not too happy to be nutmegged so spectacularly. Roberto with the goal kick. Sapunaru got to it. Zuccolini battling. Oponio. Haven't seen very much of Oponio. Haven't really seen very much of Zaragoza, to be quite honest. It's Oponio again. Paredes calling for it. This is Paredes. Jose Mari to Oponio, and again Diego Costa practically winning the ball back. Oponio. Zuccolini got a touch, but only as far as Godin. Sapunaru heading it back in. Godin's there again. Falcao keeping it in play, but Pinter finding Zuccolini. but Zaragoza just don't have the penetration. Paredes. Abraham. And Juanfran doing well, but Abraham got the bounce. Not a bad cross in. Montañez chasing it. And it's Arda Turan helping out in the defensive department. Thiago. Falcao back to Turan. Thiago again. Turan trying a little bit of magic and winning a throw. Very, very talented, the Turkish midfield playmaker, and a spectacular view, spectacular player to watch. Godin got the last touch, but the referee has spotted the linesman, saying the ball was out of play. There's Thiago's goal. And one or two Zaragoza faces right into the roof of the net, that penalty. And Atletico absolutely dominating. They've got this game exactly where they wanted it. Arda Turan challenging Zuccolini. Aponio stretching. Montañez. Paredes back to Montañez. Aponio. And a good bit of work there between Koke and Gabi. And it's Gabi now. Look at Diego Costa. Well, he saw him. Sapunaro battling for it. And Diego Costa penalised there. As he must know, he had to be. Just so close to winning that one off Sapunaro. As Jimenez looks concerned, Sapunaro there just felt the nudge and thought, well, if I go down, I'm going to get the decision. The referee not happy with Postiga's attitude in the jump for that one. Well, he's giving it offside. Miranda. Thiago. Falcao to Koke. That was an important ball to win, really, by Abraham. But Thiago prevented him from getting any further. Aponio with Sapunaro. Pinter. Luvens. Aponio. Well, it's a little bit the story of Zaragoza's first half, really. Totally wasted ball. Aponio had absolutely no option of a pass there. As the referee blows for the end of the first half in the Calderon, and without really having to turn it on too much, Atletico Madrid, in the first half anyway, far too good for Zaragoza. The goals from Thiago from a corner on 31 minutes, and Falcao from the penalty spot 7 minutes later, after that man there on your screen, Arda Turan, had gone down. And it's absolutely business as usual in the Calderon, and full credit to Diego. Get back in this game. As Jose Mari passing it back there to Pinto, all the way back to Roberto. The second Atletico goal, a Radamel Falcao penalty, after Christian Sapunaro had brought down Arda Turan. The Turk, well, I was going to say intelligently, maybe It's not quite the correct adverb, but certainly looked for the contact, and the referee pointed to the spot. So 2-0 to Atletico, without really getting into much more than second gear. Here's Louvens for Zaragoza. Javi Paredes to Abraham, and we can see that Victor Rodriguez has come on for the second half. There he is, just next to Thiago in the box. So Costa battling and winning a free kick. And we will confirm as soon as possible who Victor Rodriguez has come on for Zaragoza. No changes for Atletico so far. Paredes has gone off, replaced by Rodriguez. Diego Costa bursting into the box. So an attacking change by Manuel Jimenez. Abraham dropping back from that position in front of the defence, and Victor just to add a little bit of punch in midfield. Coque to Thiago. Juanfran chipping it over the top towards Falcao, who prolongs it. Cleared by Pinta. Louvens going for that one, but he doesn't really have the pace. Although on that occasion, he did well to find Rodriguez. Here's Louvens. Pinta. Louvens. Roberto. Roberto sending it deep. Thiago winning it comfortably. This is Gabi. Thiago, Felipe Luis. Arda Turan, it's not the greatest one to Godin, but he got there first. And in fact, played a decent ball. Zuccolini losing his footing. Arda Turan, Falcao, Zuccolini intercepting. Here's Pinta. Louvens. Pinta again. Postiga goes down. Zuccolini did well, but Thiago sweeping it up. This is Felipe Luis. Zuccolini again. Godin volleys clear. Thiago winning it in the air. And that's good football. Gabi. Arda Turan. Coque back to Turan. Coque now. Gabi. Godin to Miranda. Gabi again. Felipe Luis. Costa to Turan. Diego Costa again. But the wall of yellow and black shirts preventing Atleti from progressing there. Handball by Costa. Tries to get his arm away but can't. Simeone watching intently as Roberto sends it deep. Postiga got a touch, but Montañez unable to continue. Coque looking for Falcao. Louvens holding his ground. and going down and winning the decision. But he had to get his body between Falcao and the ball and just wait for the contact. Doesn't have the pace, but getting the right decision as far as Zaragoza were concerned on that occasion. Postiga winning it. Zuccolini. Still Zuccolini, needing help and not finding it. Thiago takes it off him. There's one for Falcao. Pinter just doing enough. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. And it's a corner for Atleti. What a brilliant season Falcao is enjoying, and well, brilliant performance from Atletico Madrid to be second in the league. Here comes the corner. Roberto managed to palm it down. Felipe Luis gaining the applause of Simeone there. President of Atletico Madrid, Mr. Cerezo, well-known film producer in Spain, and he'll be delighted with Cholo Simeone's work. He really has turned Atletico into a real fighting unit. Had the cup successes over the last 3 or 4 seasons, both in Europe and in the domestic competition. Fran. Godin. Falcao, oh, great work, just got away from him, and Lubins was waiting there. This is Aponio. Jose Mari. Zuccolini was looking more of a threat in the second half. Turan back to Gabi. It's a decent ball. Koke wide to Diego Costa. Pinter sticking with him. Costa goes round him. It's in the box, still Costa. In the end, it'll be a corner. As you can see, great favourite of the fans, Diego Costa. I always say, looks clumsy, but he's got the power, he's got the strength, the pace, and more than a little talent in his boots. Famous ex-player there in the front of the image, Camionero, former Atletico attacking midfielder, part of that Atletico Madrid team that won the double under Vladimir Antic back in the 90s. Miranda finding Arda Turan. Falcao returns it to him. Juan Fran on the overlap, speeding in, and there's a huge shout for handball, and that looked like a very good shout indeed. Really want to see that again. Meanwhile, Montañez unable to pick up the return ball, and it's cleared. Jose Mari to Aponio. Looking for Zuccolini. Felipe Luis winning it well. Falcao. Sapunaru. And Pinter directly out of touch for a throw for Atletico. Here's the moment. Well, that looks very much like a handball. Maybe not the greatest angle. Certainly worth a shout. Luvens for Zaragoza. Zuccolini playing himself into trouble. Falcao and Arda to his left. Arda Turan, too slow surely. Falcao though on the edge of the box, just can't get beyond Zuccolini. And in the end, the Argentine wins the referee's decision. He covered a lot of ground there, Franco Zuccolini. Well, if that's the only angle we've got, then the referee perhaps made the right decision. It's so difficult though, and deceptive according to the angle. Here's an opportunity now for Victor Rodriguez. Battling with Godin, Godin winning the day. Diego Costa got a touch to it. Leuven's leaving it for Roberto. Aponio. Gabi into press. Abraham back to Roberto. So impressive the work Atletico do off the ball. Little flick on there. Straight through to Thibaut Courtois. Felipe Luis on the ball now. Thiago. Felipe Luis again. Good challenge by Zuccolini. Throw to Atletico. Diego Costa. Fouled by Adan Pinter. Gabi to take it. Felipe Luis on the ball now. Arda Turan. Costa. Turan once more. Gabi. Miranda does well to hold on to it and pulled back there unnecessarily really, and that's going to be a yellow card. Now the referee happy just to give the free kick. Montañez wasn't too happy. Zuccolini's gone off, replaced by Edu Uriol. Doesn't look too happy, the Argentine. Edu Uriol comes on in his place, along with Victor Rodriguez. Talented players in midfield, both from near Barcelona. It's well played. Sapunaru. And Arda Turan on the ball. Sapunaru getting the decision he desperately wanted there. So Uriol really played his right back into serious trouble there. Coming up to the hour mark, no change in the score. Atletico Madrid 2, Zaragoza 0. Falcao can take advantage here. Gonzalez. Frustrating Aponio there. This is Sapunaru. Oh, nice touch from Victor. Fouled by Felipe Luis. Sapunaru to take it. Pinter to Aponio. Looking for Abraham. Who was lucky that was out of play. Koke with the run. Still Koke powerhousing his way through. Arda Turan. Again, he should shoot. Oh, and he does, and it's a good save, and Diego Costa unable to get the rebound. Great work from Roberto. Louvens. That's just opened up a bit over the last few minutes. Miranda with the interception. Here's Victor Rodriguez. Edu Uriol. Jose Maria ends up with a Ponyo. Jose Maria again. Uriol. Going nowhere, but they've got the ball. Montañez back to Ponyo. And so nearly coming to Rodriguez. Corner in the end. Good save by Roberto. He was fortunate the rebound didn't get to Costa. Corner to Zaragoza. Rodriguez takes it. Sapunaro got a touch. Ponyo. Good save from Thibaut Courtois. Well taken corner by Victor Rodriguez. And he struck it nicely there, did Ponyo. Flag up, offside against Falcao. And Mario Suarez is about to be brought on for Atletico. There's Ponyo. Louvens to Victor Rodriguez. I beg your pardon, to Pinta. Sapunaro finding Uriol. This is Ponyo. Montañez needs help. And he gets it from Abraham. Louvens to Pinta. Sapunaro. Pinta again to Louvens. Atletico happy for Zaragoza to keep doing this for a few minutes. Pinta all the way to Miranda on the edge of the box. And Thiago is down. Well, fortunately, nothing too serious there. But he's going to be taken off and replaced by Mario Suarez. Good performance from Thiago, goal included. That one. And he gets a decent ovation from the Vicente Calderon. Mario Suarez is his replacement. And it looks like Thiago has taken a bit of a knock. Meanwhile, Miranda on the ball for Atletico. A throw to the home side. Juanfran to take it. Diego Costa back to Juanfran. Costa again. Oh, he does so well to find Coque there. Juanfran on the overlap. He's got the pace to get past Louvens. Great challenge from Glenn Louvens there. Brilliant sliding tackle from the Dutchman. But Diego Costa created that out of nothing. Does really well there, Louvens. Ponyo. Montañez back to Abraham. Louvens again. Jose Mari. That's the return ball from Uriol. Abraham once more. Lubens. Pinta. Back to Roberto. Won by Juanfran. Gabi, a little touchdown to Coque. Coque gets a second chance, does well. Juanfran. Gabi. In the end, Zaragoza winning it back. Jose Mari. Edu Uriol battling with Miranda. Wins the throw though. Mario Suarez there. Sapunaru to take it. Arda Turan does well. Costa losing out though to Alan Pinta. Nice little bit of skills by Jose Mari. This is Victor. Uriol losing out. Turan helping out. And finally Felipe Luis winning the throw for Atletico Madrid. Victor Rodriguez, 23 years old, from Badalona. Edu Uriol chipped over the top. Postiga couldn't find a way through. Montañez battling with Godin. And Godin winning the free kick. And Jimenez with a wry smile. But no doubt about it. Montañez was the guilty party as Courtois sends it wide to the right. First player to touch it, Jose Mari. Throw to Atletico. Halfway through the second half. Still Atletico Madrid 2, Zaragoza 0. Falcao does well to link up with Turan. Lubens clears. Mario got a touch, comes to Gabi. And Juanfran takes it right off Aponio's chest. Lubens clears with Falcao closing in. And Aponio unable just to control it. Gabi. Felipe Luis. Diego Costa. Arda Turan. Just too firm, too soft rather, the attempted pass by Turan to Costa. This is Falcao. Quickly across to boot it out of touch there. Just too short, wasn't it? Falcao, Diego Costa, Turan. Wow, that's really poor. But they've woken up a little bit, Atletico, after, well, just putting the game to sleep for 20 minutes, really. And just of late, it's opened up a little bit more. Miranda, he's got to be careful. Not the easiest of options chosen by him. Coque can't get to it. That's a decent bit of work from Abraham, cleared by Godin. Edu Uriol to Aponio. Here's Sapunaru. Inside to Aponio again. Came off Costa. Finds its way through to Abraham. This is better. In the end, the shot from Jose Maria was blocked. Aponio. Brought down by Arda Turan. You just can't believe it. Well, there's no contact. No wonder he was surprised. Poor decision. Can Zaragoza take advantage of this? So Victor Rodriguez to take it. Chips it over the top. Thibaut Courtois boldly out, very determined. Diego Costa keeps it in play. In the end, it was quite easy for Uriol. This is Montañez, wins the corner. Sapunaru dragged down by Godin. Rodriguez with the corner. Headed clear by Mario. Gabi prolongs it. There's nobody there. Pinta. Postiga losing out to a combination of Costa and Felipe Luis. Godin. Aponio. And Godin back to Courtois. Plays it out quite well first time. Aponio controls it. It's a difficult one for Louvens though. And in the end, back to Roberto. Felipe Luis with a header, throw to Zaragoza. And Sapunaru to take it. Christian Cebolla Rodriguez warming up to come on for Atletico. And last-minute instructions from Mono Burgos. Simeone's number 2. Former goalkeeper with Atletico Madrid, among other teams. Also well known, believe it or not, as a heavy metal singer. Well, Koke taking advantage of Sapunaru's slip. Oh, lovely step over from Falcao. Turan to the right, back inside to Falcao. And in the end, he put it wide when you really expected him to bury it. Really good counter-attack. That step over selling Louvens, who, give him his credit, maintained his position, but there wasn't much that the Zaragoza defence could do, and Falcao put it wide himself. Osimhen for a yellow card for that earlier foul we just saw repeated. As Rodriguez is about to come on for Atletico. And who will he be replacing? Diego Costa. Well, there'll be a big round of applause, deservedly so, for Costa. He runs himself into the ground and is much appreciated in the Calderon. And replaced by Cebolla Rodriguez. And once again, Diego Costa, really hard-working and always difficult to defend against. Meanwhile, it's Uriol. Zaragoza with 15 minutes to try and get back into it. Atletico has ceded a little bit of the initiative, but apart from one Aponio shot from outside the box, Courtois really hasn't had very much to do. This is Louvens. Pinta back to Roberto. He clears it quickly. Godin back to Courtois. Miranda nearly getting himself into trouble there. And finally, Abraham was penalised for the challenge on either Turan. This is Turan. Gabi. Turan again. Juan Fran outside him. Oh, great challenge by Abraham. The throw goes out Atletico's way, though. Diego Costa on the bench alongside Thiago. Here's Juan Fran. Arda Turan, well played. Cross comes in, Leuven's head's clear. Blasted indiscriminately upfield towards Postiga, but it was always Godin's. Postiga's been a very forlorn, lonely figure up there for Zaragoza. Really hasn't had much service. Let's see if it changes in the last quarter of an hour. This is Aponio. Montañez losing out. It's Gabi who plays it out. Arda Turan. Juan Fran. Mario. Turan again. And that will be a handball. So clearly looking for the contact there, Rodriguez. The referee didn't even have a second look. Well, another change being prepared on the Zaragoza bench. And looks like Javi Alamo. Meanwhile, though, Turan penalised. Aponio feeling it should be a yellow card. But for Gabi, not Arda Turan. Free kick to Zaragoza. 12 minutes left on the clock, plus whatever stoppage time Gonzalez decides to add. Having a word with Aponio. And Aponio won't shut up. Well, indeed, it is Alamo coming on to replace Paco Montañez. Hasn't been Montanez's greatest performance, really. And, well, Alamo, not known for being the most attacking player, but presumably give Abraham the chance to get up on that left flank a little bit more. Meanwhile, Rodriguez with the free kick. Felipe Luis, the Zaragoza players in the box complaining about something. Intercepted there by Juan Fran. Well, absolutely nothing there at all. Here's Leuven's. Aponio to Pinta. Sapunaru. Edu Uriol inside to Jose Mari. Leuven's. Aponio. Abraham. Aponio. Pinta. Uriol can't get beyond Felipe Luis and takes Coque down, but the linesman takes Rodriguez down, I beg your pardon. The linesman giving the throw to Zaragoza. Godin clears, he took a deflection off. Sapunaru came down nicely for Gabi, nice touch from him. It's not the greatest of balls though to Falcao. Coque to Rodriguez, he loses out though to Javi Alamo. Coque. It's a bit of a chase for Arda Turan, but he can presumably get some service in here. Coque making a run to the near post. Turan once more seeming just to hesitate. And it'll be a goal kick finally to Zaragoza. Well, Diego Costa not happy with something. Miranda will take the free kick. We're inside the last 10 minutes now. 81, almost 81 and a half on the clock. Costa, even on the bench, attracting attention. It's cleared by Abraham. Miranda, Gabi, Juan Fran. And in the end, losing out clearly to Rodriguez. Aponio. Abraham. Torres, Alamo. Back to Aponio. Sapunaru. Jose Mari to Aponio again. Cross coming in towards Edu Uriol. But Miranda able to clear it without any difficulties. Falcao fighting for that one with Pinta. Play on, says the referee. Aponio. Alamo is going to try a shot. Charged down by Miranda. Aponio putting it back in. And Postiga lost his footing on the edge of the box, and the ball in the control of Thibaut Courtois. 7 minutes left on the clock. Atletico Madrid 2, Zaragoza 0. Got underneath that a bit, Courtois. Finally won by Jose Mari. And Louvens, what has he done? Radamel Falcao's there. So close. Glenn Louvens and Roberto. Well, that would have been absolutely brilliant, depending, of course, on your perspective, or absolutely nightmarish. Whose ball is it? Yours, mine, yours. Ow. And just wide. Poor old Glenn Louvens really didn't need that. And the referee telling him he has to go off for treatment. Louvens saying, I don't want any treatment. Arda Turan gets substituted and gets a good round of applause for another good performance. Replaced by Raul Garcia for the closing 5 and a bit minutes. Just lacked a little bit of penetration at times. Arda Turan has shown lots of very skillful touches, just hesitating a couple of times when he got in or around the penalty area, either before trying to shoot or lay the ball off. But a good performance apart from that. Miranda got his head to that one, and it balloons over the bar. Louvens back on the pitch. Farcical stuff. So close to being one of the most absurd own goals ever. And Falcao just didn't quite have the pace to catch up on it. Free kick given for the challenge on Jose Mari. Aponio asking the referee somewhat sarcastically where to take it from, and being given a little bit of a talking to. Aponio in the end seeing the humour of the situation. Sapunaru for Zaragoza. Here is Aponio. Jose Mari to Louvens. Abraham. Jose Mari to Aponio again. Decent ball, but unable to keep it in play. Abraham, and the frustration plain to see. And that is really frustrating. It came off Jose Mari, throw to Atletico. Got a very, very good squad working under Simeone. When you look at the players who've come on in the second half, Rodriguez, Suarez and Garcia still on the bench. Emre Cata-Diaz, Adrian and reserve keeper Sergio Asenjo. Three minutes to go plus stoppage time. Gabi sending it forward towards Falcao. The flag's down. Falcao, he's going to turn it. Little back healer. Rodriguez. And in the end, Raul Garcia might have been better to leave it, and he was offside. Falcao was a little bit of a silent scream there. There have been quite a few occasions where Atletico really have managed to overcomplicate things on the counter-attack. Sapunaru, well, again, the body language making absolutely clear what he felt about that pass from Pinta. Ponyo loses his footing, Juan Fran intercepts it. Here's Gabi now. Koke back to Juan Fran. Time all but running out for Zaragoza. They just don't have what it takes, though, do they? Garcia, Juan Fran. Koke, and finally it comes through nicely. Gabi plays it wide, in comes the cross. And Pinta was there to clear. Juan Fran to take the throw. He can get a bit of distance on a throw if he wants to. Garcia offering him the short option. It came off Koke. Abraham has to clear once more, straight to Gabi. Juan Fran. Garcia. And the shot was poor. The move was good. Koke's attempt with his weaker left foot. But we're inside the final minute of the 90. Just have to wait and see how long referee Gonzalez adds. The fourth official ready with the electronic board there. Oh, it's not going out. Oh, doing well there is Edu Uriol, and he won a corner. Thibaut Courtois with a smile, the youngster. Presumably the future, 3 minutes have been added, the future Chelsea keeper, still on loan from the London club. Throw to Zaragoza. Rodriguez felt it came off one of his rivals. Alamo doesn't win the throw that time. Sapunaru took a knock there, but I think the foul came from the Romanian. Jose Mari, a rather hopeful one towards Victor Rodriguez. Juan Fran supported by Miranda. Flicked on there by Koke. Falcao. And Garcia misunderstanding the number 9's intentions. Abraham. Ponyo. Been a bit scrappy the second half from Atletico, as they've really just been waiting to see Zaragoza come at them, and Zaragoza haven't been able to do that, so Atletico really have had a pretty placid time of things in the second half. But as I say, just a little bit of over-elaboration at times has led to a few imprecisions, and they haven't really looked like adding to the 2 goals. 3 points, however, maintaining their 100% home record and keeping them, as I said, now 7 points clear of third place neighbours Real Madrid. Leuven's back to the keeper. Roberto directly into touch, and we're in the last minute of the game here in the Vicente Calderón. Well, Koke, good performance from him. Simeone applauding the fans, who in turn are cheering him. An absolute legend in the Calderón. And what a great job he's done and is doing. Well, sign of pace there. And Miranda will get a yellow card. Javi Alimo just getting behind the Brazilian central defender. And Miranda gets the yellow. Just did enough to put him off his balance there. And presumably we'll just have time for this free kick before the final whistle. Victor Rodriguez to take it, swings it in. Well, nobody got a touch. There is no time for a corner. I think it came off Juanfran in the end. The final whistle goes. Atletico Madrid's 2, Zaragoza 0. Thiago on 31 minutes, a corner which he finished off from the near post. 38 minutes of Falcao penalty after Arda Turan had gone down in the area. And really Atletico in the second half sitting back and taking the foot off the accelerator a little bit. Zaragoza never had the penetration necessary to make Atletico suffer. And Atletico Madrid in the Calderón played 10-1-10, 7 points clear.
Indeed, and another clean sheet to go with it, which will please them immensely. But more importantly, 3 more points to get on the heels of Barcelona and put a little bit of daylight between themselves and the other lot. Real, of course, who play across the city. In the company this evening of Ian Wright, the former Arsenal striker, and Trevor Francis, who of course managed Sheffield Wednesday amongst others. They're our guests. We'll start looking forward to Barcelona's match when we come back, and of course back on this, where Atletico have won tonight by 2-0. Barca